Lórí ètò fún tèní, mo fẹ́ mú ohun tí òǹkọ̀wé kan kọ, onígègé àrà eléyìí tí ó kọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwòye àti èrò titi ẹ̀ lórí Aláàfin tuntun tí ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbadé, Ọba Abímbọ́lá Hakeem Owoade Kínní Ẹlẹ́wùẹ̀tù Aláàfin fúnlùú Ọ̀yọ́. Kí ni òǹkọ̀wé yìí kọ? Kí ló sọ nípa Aláàfin tuntun àti ipò Aláàfin nílùú Ọ̀yọ́? Tẹ́ gbàgbé ṣe rántí wípé mo máa ń sọ, oníkálukú ló ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti fi èrò àti ìwòye titi ẹ̀ hàn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tàbí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ eléyìí tó bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láwùjọ. Ṣùgbọ́n tó ṣe pàtàkì, tó ṣe kókó, tí ó yẹ ká máa ní lọ́kàn, tó sì yẹ ká mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn tá a bá ń fi èrò àti ìwòye tiwa hàn lórí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láwùjọ, òun ni wípé ká má máa tàbùkù ẹnikẹ́ni, kí á dẹ̀ má máa jẹ́ kí èrò àti ìwòye tiwa ká má máa gbé kalẹ̀ lọ́nà tí yóò máa da omi àlàáfíà ìlú rú. Ohun tó ṣe kókó nìyẹn. Ẹ wá jẹ́ kí n mú èrò òǹkọ̀wé yìí wá fún yín kí a jọ gbọ́ ohun tó sọ. Lẹ́yìn tá a bá gbọ́ tán, tí mo bá mú wá fún yín tán, tí mo bá kà á tán, ẹ wá jẹ́ ká mọ èrò àti ìwòye tiyín ní orí rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe ṣalábàápàdé rẹ̀ torí pé ìwé ìròyìn ti gbé, ìwé ìròyìn ti kọ. Ohun tí ìwé ìròyìn bá dẹ̀ gbé, tí ìwé ìròyìn bá ti kọ jáde sínú ìwé ìròyìn, ó ti kúrò ní a kì í rí, ó ti kúrò ní a kì í sọ, ó sì ti kúrò ní a kì í gbọ́. Ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi fẹ́ mú wá fún yín, kémi àti yín náà ká lè gbọ́ bí ó ṣe kọ. Ẹni tó kọ èrò yẹn sí ojú ìwé ìròyìn Ọ̀yọ́ Àfíẹ̀, òun ni Ògúngbílé Emmanuel Olúdọ̀tun. Òun ni ó kọ ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ mú wá fún yín yìí. Èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ni, mo sì fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbọ́. With assertion of Ọba Abímbọ́lá Hakeem Owoade, Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, to the throne of his forefathers, a new era unfolds, one laden with full-bodied difficulties, from reconciling historical and ongoing disputes to steering the evolving expectations of traditional and political leadership in a quick-changing world. Now, as he ascends the throne, the pressing question remains: can Oba Owoade rise to the ever-pressuring occasion? Will his reign match the ageless legacy of Oba Lamidi Adeyemi Keta, who ruled for over 5 decades? More substantially, how will his emergence structure the future of the Alaafin stool and the Oyo kingdom at large? Well, like his predecessor, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi Keta, Oba Owade's path to the throne was anything but smooth. The Alaafin stool, one of the most renowned in Yoruba land, has always been heavily contested, but this particular selection process was particularly turbulent, an experience the entire Oyo will not soon forget. The powerful Oyomesi, the traditional kingmakers, originally favored Prince Lukman Gbadegesin as Alaafin-elect, a decision Governor Makinde rejected. The governor indicted the kingmakers of accepting bribes to influence their choice a claim they blatantly denied. The deadlock led fresh selection process, during which the governor insisted on consulting the Ifa oracle to determine the rightful heir. Not long after, the intervention of Professor Owoade Abimbola, a respected Ifa scholar, played the consequential role in finalizing the selection. Through divination, Oba Hakeem Abimbola Owoade was finally chosen. Despite lawsuit challenging the process, the state government proceeded with its confirmation and now has the seal to lead the Oyo people. But these questions remain crucial. 1. Did Seyi Makinde-led government overreach in overriding the kingmaker's initial choice? Does the reliance on Ifa divination uphold or weaken the traditional king-making processes? Will those who oppose Oba Owade's selection eventually align with him? Or will the Alaafin stool remain contested even after the coronation? While these concerns crawl, only time will unfold whether his assertion unites or further divide the kingdom. Again, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi Keta was an high-rise figure, ruling for 52 years and increasing Oyo's cultural and political influence on both national and international stages. His reign encouraged global engagements, powered Yoruba identity, and secured the heritage of the kingdom. Now, Oba Owoade inherits not just the prestige of the stool, but also its colossal burdens. His professional background, spanning medical engineering, project management, and real estate investment, may suggest a modern and global perspective. However, can this translate into a potent reign planted in Oyo's deep traditions? His agenda, which he highlights to include empowering youth through vocational training and employment initiatives, modernizing festivals, and building a museum to preserve Yoruba culture, negotiating the return of Yoruba artifacts taken by the British in 1895, and promoting economic development through local and international partnerships. Evidently, these are industrious plans, but the task lies in influencing a balance between tradition and modernity. How will a Canada-based professional transition into leading a deeply cultural and historical rooted institution? Will he earn the heavy trust of traditionalists who may view his global experience as a departure from the past? Can he walk through the sensitive tensions between modern governance and the traditional authority of the Oyomesi? The answers to these questions will define his reign. Once again, many may have forgotten the weight of the shadow of Isale Oyo. Beyond economic and cultural initiatives, one of the most crucial and unavoidable challenge facing the new Alaafin is reconciliation with Isale Oyo over the border of the late Ashipa of Oyo, High Chief Amuda Olorun Osebi, in 1992. Yes, for over 30 years, this unsettled issue has formed a deep war between the Alaafin stool and the people of Isale Oyo. Late Governor Akala and Governor Makinde's appointment of Alagoja of Agoja, Alhaji Ganiyu Busari Ajiboye, as a warrant chief in the Alaafin selection process only reignited tensions, while many in Ìsàlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ also believed that if Oba Owoade officially identifies and installs Ajiboye as Asípa, it would heal the long-standing injury. Even so, will the new Alaafin take this bold step? If it does, will it consolidate its political and traditional authority or provoke further resistance from the fighting faction within the Oyomesi? So, what lies ahead? With this coronation, Oba Aláàfin Owoade built on one of the most complex leadership journeys in Yoruba history. The Alaafin stool is not just the regular throne, it is a symbol of Yoruba history, power, and foremost identity. His ability to unite the kingdom, especially in the face of ongoing legal battles and historical disputes, will be so crucial. He must also gain the whole loyalty of the Oyomesi and aggrieved Oyo warlords, whose division over his election remain a creeping issue. There is also the point of proving his leadership to Oyo traditionalists who may see him as an outsider due to his long stay abroad, while his promises of youth empowerment, economic development, and cultural rebirth are commendable. Their execution will require careful navigation of Oyo traditional structures. Can he modernize the kingdom without alienating the custodians of his heritage? Finally, one need to ask this question silently: can Oba Owoade rewrite history? As Oyo moves forward under Oba Aláàfin Owoade, the kingdom stands as a weighty moment. Will he seal his name as a needed unifier and reformer, or will his reign be remembered for the many controversies that surrounded his emergence? This is more than an assertion. It is the beginning of a new battle for legitimacy, influence, and legacy. Also, will his global experience help his reign? Can he unite Oyo despite the dispute over his election? Will his possibly modern approach strengthen or weaken the traditional institution of the Alaafin, the future of the Oyo kingdom, and perhaps the broader Yoruba leadership structure? Hangs on the answer to these questions. What do you think? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí Ògúngbilé Emmanuel Olúdọ̀tun bí ó ṣe kọ sí ojú ìwé ìròyìn ẹ̀rọ ayélujára Ọ̀yọ́ Affair, òun náà lẹ ti gbọ́ tá a mú wá fún yín yẹn. Pẹ̀lú eléyìí tá a mú wá fún yín yìí, àlàyé tí Ògúngbilé Emmanuel Olúdọ̀tun tí ọkọ̀ tá a mú wá fún yín yìí, kí ni èrò tiyín, kí ni ìwòye tiyín? Ohun tó ń sọ ní fínrínfíntín kókó ibẹ̀ náà ni wípé pẹ̀lú àwọn ìdojúkọ, àwọn ìpèníjà, ogun tí ọba Aláàfin tuntun, ikú bàbá yèyé ọba Abímbọ́lá Akeem Owoade, ẹlẹ́wẹ̀ẹ́tù Aláàfin tìlú Ọ̀yọ́ tí ó kojú ṣáájú kí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kó tó kéde orúkọ rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ó bọ̀ sórí àpèrè Aláàfin tuntun, àti lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kéde orúkọ rẹ̀ tán tí wọ́n tún gbé ọ̀pá àṣẹ fún un. Oríṣiríṣi àwọn ìdojúkọ ló tún wáyé. Kódà àwọn ìdojúkọ wáyé lásìkò ayẹyẹ àwọn ètò ìwúyè. Òǹkọ̀wé yẹn onígègé yẹn wá ń sọ, wọ́n ń béèrè wípé pẹ̀lú àwọn ìdojúkọ yẹn àti àwọn wàhálà tí ó wà ńlẹ̀ kó tó di pé ọba Aláàfin Adéyẹmí kẹta gan wàjà, tó jẹ́ pé kò parí títí tí ọba Aláàfin Adéyẹmí kẹta fi wàjà, tó fi di wípé wọ́n kéde orúkọ ọba Abímbọ́lá Akeem Owoade gẹ́gẹ́ bí Aláàfin tuntun. Ó ní pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí, ṣé ọba Abímbọ́lá Akeem Owoade ṣé yóò lè kojú àwọn ìpèníjà yìí, ṣé yóò lè kojú àwọn ìdojúkọ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí, àti wípé pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn èròǹgbà rere, àfojúsùn rere láti mú ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ gòkè àgbà, láti mú kí ògo, iyì, ẹ̀yẹ, àpọ́nlé tí ó wà fún ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ láti gbà wáṣẹ̀, láti jẹ́ pé kó wà síbẹ̀ kó sì lè máa tẹ̀síwájú. Ṣé ọba Abímbọ́lá Akeem Owoade, Aláàfin tìlú Ọ̀yọ́ tuntun yìí, ṣé yóò lè ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ìdojúkọ tó wà ńlẹ̀? Kí ni èrò àti ìwòye tiyín? Ẹ fi ṣọwọ́ sí wa láàyè comment nísàlẹ̀ fídíò yìí, a kà á sì ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò rẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé o, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò wá, ẹ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ wá. Ẹ bá ní pín, ẹ bá ní share rẹ̀ kó lè káàkiri àgbáláyé. Èyí tí ẹ bá ti subscribe sórí ìkànnì yìí, ẹ má gbàgbé, ẹ bá ní subscribe kẹ́ ẹ sì tan notification bell, ìyẹn aago rán mi létí, kẹ́ ẹ lè máa láǹfààní láti máa rí wa wò, láti máa gbọ́ wa lóòrèkóòrè tá a bá ti mú tuntun wá fún yín lórí ìkànnì wa.